tutorial on how to set up the MOTU interface for Ableton Live. So I have the box plugged into my USB port and I just powered it up. As soon as you power it up and it loads and is ready to be used, a prompt will hit the screen. It'll look just like this. So you can check a couple of things. Right here in the menu, the top two are the most important. So always check your sample rate. Make sure it's at 44.1 sample rate, so or 44,100. Also check your clock source. Make sure that it's internal and it doesn't say anything else. It needs to be internal for it to work. Once you've downloaded the MOTU interface drivers, anytime you connect to this prompt will always come up letting you know that the computer and the interface are connected. So once you've connected the interface, you can open up Ableton Live. And you can launch it and open the session that I've sent out for the weekend. I've already got it set up in my recent, so I'm just going to launch that session. First thing you're going to want to do when you open the session, this is kind of what it'll look like. Go to Live Preferences. You're going to have to set up the MOTU interface as your audio output device. So here on the audio tab, audio output device, we're going to select MOTU. And then for your output configuration, you need to do that. For those of you guys that are using the full version of Ableton, which means you can have almost unlimited number of outputs. It just depends on the interface that you're using. This interface actually has 14. So this is what mine looks like for Elevation's application. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8 are mono. So we go over if you're using the full version of Ableton or using a computer that has that, we are using 3 and 4. Channels 3 and 4 are our loops. Channels 5 and 6 are considered our Vox tracks, or so it will be background tracks or choir tracks if the choir's at your campus, or lately we've been using piano tracks for some campuses that don't have a keys player live. We provide that piano track. You'll put that down 5 and 6, and then 7. Channel 7 is our click and our cues. So 5 outputs total for those of you guys that are using the full version. If you are using a version that's not the full version, so if you're using Ableton Lite or a demo, you may be restricted to only arming 4 channels. So my advice would be to turn off 1 and 2, turn off 5 and 6. That way you're using 7 for clicks and loops or clicks and cues, and channels 3 and 4 for everything stereo loops. So you can use loops down that, you can throw the choir down that, and that'll be going to front of house in stereo. So for now, I'm gonna go like got the full version of Ableton and go back to my session. I need to route the outputs of each track, so I'm gonna do it through the inputs and outputs tab down here, and also I'm going to open up the mixer view as well so that I can arm and unarm tracks if I need to. These are my 4 tracks that I'm using, and I'm going to set the outputs. So your inputs are up here, you don't have to worry about that. Your outputs are usually set to master, so we're going to change that to extension out, and it's a click track, so I'm going to make that number 7. Change the master out of the cues to extension out. I'm going to also put that down 7. This loop, we're using channels 3 and 4, so I'm going to change it from master to extension out and channels 3 and 4. For the choir, that's a Vox track, so I'm going to go to extension out, and I'm going to make that 5 and 6. So that's what I'm doing if I'm running the full version of Ableton. If you're running light and you can only do 4 channels, go ahead and take that choir track. You're going to run that down 3 and 4 as well. The only catch is if you run both of these down, I'm going to need you to reduce the volume of the tracks 3 dB. So take both channels that you're using and go down 3 dB with those, and then you should be good to go. Hit me up if you have any questions, but that's pretty much it.